Next up, we're delighted to welcome a company that, an American company that may be looking to help accelerate US biomanufacturing, the Moonshot factory, and to tell you all about unlocking the manufacturing power of biology, AI for engineering living factories, the Moonshot lead, Relly Brandman. Relly, please.
Hello, Bioinnovations Midwest. I'm Relly. I'm the lead for Moonshot. We're building inside X, the Moonshot factory. This is Google's innovation lab. This is the first time our team is talking publicly about what we do. I am beyond excited to be here on behalf of a small and mighty team that has been quietly dedicated to the same mission for years. We're building to unlock the full potential of living cells to make today's materials better and to make totally new materials never before possible. We do this with artificial intelligence, custom built for biomanufacturing. I'm guessing many in this audience know about the promise of artificial intelligence. I'm also guessing many in this audience are wondering, when will artificial intelligence have the impact on biomanufacturing that it could have? AI for biomanufacturing is not the same as AI for the internet. AI for the internet is large data sets, uniform data sets, chatbots, a single LLM that's going to solve all your problem. That is not what this talk is about today. This talk is about the hardest problem in biomanufacturing, getting from lab discoveries to high performance at commercial scale. This talk is about AI custom built for that problem. We knew this would be hard. We knew we would need to iterate and innovate. Our first attempts, they didn't work. They simply didn't have the impact needed to move the needle on the industry. So we went back, we iterated again, we innovated again, and step by step, our excitement has grown. We've worked with an intrepid group of early adopter partners and shown the promise of AI for biomanufacturing. These partnerships have shown that AI discovers new genes that never would have been discovered by a human. These partnerships have shown that AI can optimize across multiple technical and business goals simultaneously. And most importantly, because this is AI for biomanufacturing, these tools have shown have built cells that work in manufacturing conditions. Our team measures ourselves on real-world impact, meaningful business outcomes for our partners. These are real numbers, real example for an A-Life partner company. This partner is a big biomanufacturing. They are the market leaders in the materials that we worked on together. Before they started working with us, they had a cell that they had been optimizing for over 10 years. Despite a very smart team, their progress had slowed down. It simply got harder and harder for them to optimize their cell. With our tools, we improved their yield by 80%, and we have strains that improve their productivity 2.3x. These technical accomplishments led to meaningful business outcomes for our partner. They translate into a 30% decrease in upstream costs, with further decreases in downstream, and 55% decreased fixed costs, that is the fermentation tanks. Right? These are meaningful outcomes for our partners. Another partner that we worked with, different cell type, different molecule, they were working with a microbe that had fantastic properties, but it was very unusual, and so there was very little data. They were working at the beginning of the development curve. They needed fast time to market to reach a price point for their first customer. We 10x the performance of their strain in 2 sets of experiments. Across our partners, we are seeing great results. New genes are discovered, 3 to 5 times as many genes discovered. When we do find genes that are beneficial, the performance of those genes are 50% higher. And the pace of progress is picking up. On average, we're seeing up to 85% fewer days before a discovery is made. We got these results with an AI platform we call Biological Systems Intelligence. Biological Systems Intelligence optimizes the entire system from plate to tank. The system has 4 different parts. The first are the genetics models. These model what is happening inside the cell, the genes, the proteins, the pathways, and genome-wide gene changes. The second set are the conditions models. These are the models that optimize the media and the process conditions. The third part are the orchestration algorithms. These are the algorithms that link the model types. That's how we optimize one system from discoveries in the lab to performance in the tank. Finally, the fourth component is our in-house proprietary data. In-house, we have high throughput methods to take a variety of different cell signature data, and we use this data to pre-train our models. Together, these algorithms lead to great outcomes at every stage of the cell development cycle. We've worked with partners and had great results across cell types and across molecule types. AI can feel like magic when it works, but underneath that magic are hard-earned lessons about what works and what doesn't work when solving the toughest problems in biology with AI. I'm guessing that many in this audience are wondering how AI might work at your companies. Here are a few things that we learned. First thing, model the system you care about, not just the individual parts. Because we built our tools for biomanufacturing, we didn't just model proteins or just the pathway or just the host or just the process conditions. We modeled that as one system. In biology, context matters. Second lesson that we learned, many AI algorithms were built for the internet. As I mentioned before, on the internet, most data sets are very large and very uniform, so huge data sets of video data or huge data sets of language data. I think everybody in this audience knows that is not the reality on the ground for biology data. Biology data is messy. You have different types of data, different amounts of data. Often you have very little data. Your data may be collected in different growth conditions. When we built our AI tools, we built with that reality in mind. For example, we know biology data has batch effects because data is collected over different operators in different locations with different equipment, again, under different growth conditions. So we have normalization algorithms that can work with those very complex batch effects. We also have models that are multimodal. They can take in different types of data. So you can bring in endpoint data that comes off of plates, or time course data that comes from your fermentation tanks, or cell signature data like metabolomics. Our models can take in all of that. Finally, we know the reality for most biomanufacturing companies is that you don't have lots and lots of data. That's why we pre-train our models with our own in-house proprietary data. That means our partners get great results with their existing data capabilities. The first 2 lessons I shared are about models and data. The last lesson we learned was about your teams and processes. You will get much more out of artificial intelligence if you integrate it into your teams and your processes. When thinking about your teams, consider that AI experts get significantly more out of AI than non-AI experts. When you work with those AI experts, look at the workflows on the ground for the people doing the work. Getting the most out of AI is not an IT department that's separate and comes in to consult every once in a while. Whatever workflows the people on the ground are doing, those are the workflows that you want to integrate with AI. Finally, we've seen the best results when there's buy-in from top leadership. AI requires bold innovation and the willingness to not just do the same thing that you were doing yesterday. It's going to take all of us together to unlock the full potential of biomanufacturing. We work side by side with our partners as one team to engineer breakthrough performance for their strains. We bring the AI tools, they bring their existing teams, capabilities, and goals. We're looking for new partners. If you're curious to hear more about how our tools work or our passion for AI, or you're wondering how AI might work for your company, we'd love to talk. Thank you.